What is up, people? You've got the Oracle there, and we are back on MTGO for a new Shadows over Innistrad draft. The pack is pretty solid. There's a bunch, like really a bunch of solid red cards. Breakneck Rider, Geist Blast, Mad Prophet, and then Blood Mad Vampire, Mage, and Reduce to Ashes are all fine. So it's just everything is red here. Then you have Traben Inspector, which is great, and Declaration in Stone, which I think I'm gonna pick. I think it's just the best card of the pack. And yeah, I think after first picking that and passing that many good red cards, I will want to avoid red as much as possible. But you know, it's not a rule, so if I just get past a bunch of good red cards, I might still go into red. Either way, I think Declaration is just the best card here, so I am gonna pick that. And that's not a bad start. Ooh, there are some good things there. Alright, that's pretty interesting. So I think the pick is between the two black cards, Relentless Dead and Tooth Collector. And I'm not sure which one is better. I'm really tempted to pick Relentless Dead. Now Tooth Collector might just be a better card. I think it's definitely between these two. And I will try to build some sort of grindy white-black control deck, which is very fine archetype, I think. And you can have Delirium in that too. Now, I really have no idea which one is better. I think Relentless Dead is a bit underappreciated, I would say. Sure, it's double black and then you have to keep a black around, but that thing is just extremely annoying to play against and beat. I think it's still Relentless Dead, but Tooth Collector is great, so I'm not like super positive that it's the right pick. But that card has been just very good. It's really hard to deal with. Sure, it's 2 mana, but I don't 2 black. I don't really intend to cast that on turn 2 each game. It's just if you can cast that on turn 6 and have an infinite blocker, it's just great. It's just very solid. Silver Strike is not my favorite, but I think it's the best option for me here. I could see argument for jumping into green because there are a bunch of good green cards, but I think I should just take Silver Strike. And again, I will try to build a grindy, probably black-white control deck. Yeah. Silver Strike don't tend to get much better in multiples because once they saw one, they can play around them for the other games, so it's kind of clunky. There's a Rabbit Bite. I think I'll do. I think I still pick a Silver Strike, and that's a bunch of instant and sorceries removal. So I could see myself jumping into blue and try to build a Rise from the Tide deck too. So I don't know. It's definitely interesting. Ooh, there's the Rise from the Tide. It is just too appealing. I just passed the Sleep Paralysis, but I think time has come and black doesn't seem so open. I could see picking the Necropod and just try to build something like pretty straightforward and just a bunch of removal and good cards in black. But I want to do something funny, so we'll try to build the blue-white Rise deck, and I think Nagging Thought looks pretty good in that deck. Yeah, we'll do that. All right. I'm in the team. It might just not work out at all, but yeah, I mean, I like that start a lot. And if you can get enough of those, because there's quite a bunch. You have also the Puncturing Light. That'd be really a really sweet deck to assemble. Yeah, we'll try that out. And Silver Strike is pretty good with Rise, because it gives you quite a bit of tempo. Ooh, Trail. Am I going that deep into the theme? Yes, I am. Alright. I will try to build a non-creature deck. That might just fire back pretty badly and end up being pretty poor choice, but we are up for some fun and some sweet things, hopefully. Alright. Those white cards are pretty good, but creatures are weak. I'm just not gonna do that today. Yeah. I need some cheap removal and cheap way to interact like Puncturing Light. But yeah, we are doing it. We are playing the mono spell deck. I mean, mono instant and sorceries, because I guess even creature are spell if we use the right terminology of the game. But people often call non-creature spells, which feels pretty normal, I would say. Alright, we could also be, I mean, red is pretty good in this kind of strategy, so if I get enough fixing, I could see myself being blue, white, red spells. And, well, I guess if it's the case, mage might just be better than reduce to ashes. No, I don't want to play any creature. Ooh, another nagging thought. Sweet. I guess Napper could be, an alternative win condition in this kind of deck. Ooh, voice could be good. That deck is looking. I have no idea if it's gonna be good, but I mean, it's just pure sweetness. I guess that's another. That could be another strategy against aggressive deck. The flavor on that card is pretty good, pretty nice. I often like to read those, flavor text when I have nothing else to do, I guess. It's a pretty nice one. Quite sad. Well, this card could almost be playable in this kind of deck. Ferret Visions. You have to be aggressive to make that good, unfortunately. Deterrence be fine. I think I just like Angelic Purge more than anything else, though. Could see peaking Fiery Temper, actually, especially when I have 2 Nagging Thought, a Tormenting Voice. And yeah, hopefully I'm winning that Quarry, because blue-red is better for this type of deck, but then if I can splash those nice white cards, it's gonna be pretty good too. Yeah, and Temper is so good with Nagging Thought. No, never mind, it doesn't work this way. But, Madness card gets better in multiples, I guess, so there is that. Yeah, there's a bunch of things I could wheel for my deck. Deterrence, Explorers, even though it's a creature. Sun Quarry, Purge is probably not winning. Do I want Purge or Fiery Temper? I have more white than red currently, but... And I don't really wanna... I will not have creatures to sacrifice, really. And I don't really want to sacrifice land when I have Rise from the Tide. I think Fiery Temper is just a better option. I think I want Catalog for my deck. Yeah. Pretty positive it's Catalog here. Ooh, Just a Win is a sweet one. I could use a bit of fixing because I'm gonna splash for white. At least for... Yeah, I'm probably just splashing for Declaration and Silver Strikes, but... and I definitely need a second Rise from the Tide, I think. That deck is looking incredibly sweet, though. It might be just too slow and it might not work out, but... There's definitely some sort of flavor here going on. That's really nice. Really, really nice. Creature 0. Ooh, I'm really, really, really happy about how this is going. Alright. Well, I'm not picking a creature. Since I'm splashing white, I think Unbold Brute is not so important, especially since all my white removal already deal with, 4 power and more. And I do have 2 out of 5 drop. I might just pick Deny Existence, which is a fine 3 drop to sit on, especially when I will have a decent amount of instant, which makes Counterspell better. So, you can stand there and either have Fiery Temper, maybe a Catalog, Just the Wind, or maybe you have a Silver Strike. And I think playing one of these is fine. Ooh, Piece of the Puzzle. I think I'm pretty deep into that. I mean, Expose Evil would be a great addition because I think it buys me time. and it's good at fueling rise, but since I'm splashing white, I'm not sure how good it's gonna be. I think I like voice more than nagging thought, especially when I already have two thought, and you know, thought and voice are good together. I also have a fiery temper, so that just looks like the better option for me. You know, shepherd is good, but I'm not weak enough to play creature. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, it looks kind of good. I mean, it's either gonna be just 0-1, or 3-0. I don't think there's many in between with this kind of deck. All right, I'm not gonna play that, but maybe I should just cut the drifter. I don't care about. Yeah, actually, cheap creatures are the thing I'm fearing the most at that point, I think. Taking early damage is exactly what I don't want. I think I kind of want to cut the Fox, but Stone Quarry is like way more important when I'm splashing for white. Magmatic Chasm is gonna be just perfect against me. Skeleton could be a nuisance, more than Captain, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, so far that's probably just the sweetest deck I got to build. I just, you know, I'm just praying for it to work out and be good. I mean, if this archetype is good, I think this is probably gonna end up being a good mono spell deck. Now it might just be bad, so there is that too. Ooh, nice little sideboard option in the theme. Alright, sweet. Definitely want a bit more fixing and a bit more of cheap removal, but that looks fine. Ooh, pick the brain. I don't want to play that because if they pick the brain my rise, I cannot win. So maybe I should worry about that. Maybe I should have something like an Epitaph Golem in my deck so I don't die too badly early on. I don't know. I would feel much more confident with a bit more of cheap removal and another Rise from the Tide, because here things could go wrong pretty quickly. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 removal plus a bounce spell. I need a bit more removal and especially cheap things to deal with early thing. And you know, if there's a bound by Moonsilver, I know it's not sorcery or instant, but I will pick that, whatever. I will break my oath. I mean, no, I will not break anything. My oath is just not to play any creature, so... at least creature spell. So there's nothing to be, you know, that's gonna be broken here. Alright, I definitely like where this is going. I'm pretty worried, but about the efficiency of that, which might be null, completely null, but you know, I don't think you can get much sweeter than that in this set. You can probably get stronger, I mean have a better deck, but you probably cannot have a more funny and in-theme deck. I mean, Vampire Madness is just so mainstream. White Green Human, so mainstream. Yeah. Blue red good stuff is just what you want to be in. Alright, that's fairly interesting. Tempted to take the Tracker because it is a card I don't want to play against. It's also a card that I will want to play in Constructed, and that's worth quite a bit of money, despite it being only a rare. Now the right pick is probably Chaplain, but I would break my oath of not playing any creature. I mean, I think Chaplain would be a very fine addition. And it's also a card that buys me a lot of time, which I might really need. I really don't want to play any creature, just for the flavor. But it's probably wrong to do so, honestly. Tracker would be a very nice addition to my constructed pool. I'm not gonna play any creature. I am not going to do that. Alright, I think I like Stone Quarry over a third catalog. Droneyard Explorers be a fine addition, but no creature is no creature. I have to stand by my choices. No, there's only creatures there. I might have to play an Epitaph Golem, but it's not really creature, it's just a way so I don't die to me. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna pick that. I'm probably not gonna main deck it, but unfortunately we are not getting matched this pack. Yeah, I think I went too crazy this draft, but at least Tireless Tracker and Declaration kinda, you know, pay back for the draft. And my mana base should be pretty decent with 2 Stone Quarry. Not sure if it's gonna work at all though. But if Rise from the Tide is good in one deck, it's probably gonna be in this deck. Alright, Fiery Temper is like super high in what I want. With 2 voices and my lack of early interaction, it's just, you know, if I could choose any card in the set, it's probably gonna be that one. I would really use another Rise, and I'm probably the only one playing that, and we have 4 more packs to try to get one. But if we get one, I think the deck is probably gonna be pretty solid actually. Trail is my card advantage, you know, technology, I guess. No! Oh no, there's the Reduce to Ashes. There is a non-creature spell. Good. I mean, there's Rush, obviously, but not really into that. Well, I almost click on the... I think it was Scavenger near the Radius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 removal. 7 straight up removal plus just a win and go missing. Pretty good. Alright. I'm slightly worried about getting foxed out of... That card is like... It's not great in this set, but it's really good against me. Any cheap creature that deals a lot of damage is good, so I'm gonna cut that. I will not play it. Alright, 2 more pack to get another Rise. I think we could still be fine with 1. But with 2 I would feel much more confident. Honestly, if someone is playing a Pick the Brain and pick my Rise, I cannot win. I'm just gonna end up meaning myself if I don't die before that. And each time I Nagging Thought, I will have to pick Rise from the Tide. Even if there is a Fiery Temper and I need to kill something, I will have to pick the Rise, otherwise I lose. I mean, maybe playing Golem is a way to get around that, but it's a creature. It's a creature. Alright, Nagging Thought is gonna be my choice here. I'm really happy to play that. But honestly, if I die twice in a row just because I'm not able to deal with early creature, you know, I cannot complain much. That's so sweet though. So sweet. I would play Brain in a Jar in this deck. I would play Brain in a Jar. Whisper is an alternative win condition, I guess. Not really, because I would need to steal a 18 power creature. And I don't have any way... If I had a way to play that at instant speed often, I would play it because it's you can use it as a removal, but I don't. Nagging Thought is pretty solid though. I mean, I have only one Rise, but I should be able to dig through my deck to get it between the Thought and the Catalog. Yeah. But if this somehow end up in my graveyard or on the Exile Zone without being casted, it's gonna be a lose. I managed to get a Pick the Brain, the Surgery too, which I think beats me completely. I guess there's no rule against sideboarding in creature for game 2. And I have those 2 snappers, so... Ooh, catalog. Alright, alright. Maybe I should just play the snappers, by the way. Otherwise, I might just never be able to kill my opponent. But it completely destroyed the flavor. Not so much, because this works with non-creature spell. But they probably will have a removal if I just have a snapper. It's gonna be my sideboard plan one day, you know, side out all their instant and sorceries. I think I can afford to play 18 lands, by the way. I do have a lot of way to get rid of extra lands. Between 3 catalogs, the nagging thought, the voice and stuff like that. And I wanna eat every single of my land drop every turn. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the deck. Ladies and gentlemen, the non-creature deck is there. It is right in the place. It might just not work out at all, but it is funny and maybe strong. Ooh, I mean, I could probably have builded a heavy on non-creature spell deck with a few decent creature, probably a better curve, a higher power level, and you know, so on and so forth, but it was not the path I choose to follow. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 13, and 21. Well, I guess I'll just trade, so it's pretty easy. I'm playing 21 instant and sorceries. That's the real deal. Nagging Thought is just such a great way to feel Rise from the Tide. I hope I will at least cast that once. Funny fact too, if my opponent is playing Biting Rain, so -2/-2 to each creature, and draw that, I cannot win either. So it's probably not an archetype of something you should do. Alright. I think 8 blue should be fine. This is 8 red, which feels a bit light given the 2 Fiery Temper. Still want to be able to eat those white though. Yeah, I think it's gonna be that. Hopefully with the Nagging Thought I'm gonna be able to eat the land drops I need. So yeah, that's the deck. I hope you enjoyed the draft, and I hope we will have some very fun games, but it might just not work out at all. And yeah, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and I see you guys in a few minutes for round 1. Thank you for watching.